Listen to this. Now, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she went up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things. But one thing is necessary. One thing. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. Now, in this story, I want to ask you, who do you see yourself as? Are you typically Mary, who sits at the Lord's feet, waiting, or are you Martha? Now, for me, I've always been Martha. In many seasons of my life, I'm ready to just go. I'm ready to do the thing. I never was a person that could just sit down and just, listen too much or watch people do the fun thing or whatever it is. I always wanted to participate, even if I didn't have the skill. I was always gung ho. But listen to what he says. She's worried about serving. She's worried about doing things, meeting people's needs. These are all good things. But Jesus said there's one thing that was necessary. Now, the Greek word right there, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but another word that it uses is need. So there's one thing that's a true need, and that's what Mary chose. The good portion, which will not be taken. Well, what is the good portion? Well, she chose to listen to him. She chose to listen to the teachings. She chose him. She said, forget the distractions. Forget all the serving. Forget it all. I will choose you, Jesus, because I know if I have you, I have the answer to all things. I have nothing to worry about. The Lord was in front of them. Now, if the Lord is in front of you, are you going to be so worried about doing everything else in life, solving your bills, solving your problems, solving your spiritual needs? Or are you going to recognize who's in front of you and go, I better listen because he cares far more than I can imagine. And he's going to get me through if I could just sit down, slow down, and listen. That's what the Lord wants to do for you and I. When we sit at his feet daily, daily asking him to teach us who he is and teach us the scriptures, teach us his ways, I promise you what begins to happen is your eyes are open to your actual purpose. The peace of God comes over your life. Wisdom comes into your mind. All of a sudden, you know the ways that you need to go because now, since you've listened to him, you already know by his spirit, you know which ways you need to start moving because you've been around him. It's kind of like this. If you're in the water, you're going to get wet. So if you're around Jesus all the time, you're going to be like Jesus. You're going to be able to move like Jesus. So you'll know what Jesus would have you to do in that situation. So I hope this encourages you. Turn to him. I'm telling you, turn to him. Your life will never be better. Sit at his feet. There's nothing more important than sitting at his feet. Don't be trying to run out and save the whole world without sitting at his feet. Sit with him first. Let him train you and let him send you. And watch what happens.